right, boys and girls, we are doing topic 6 review. Yay! All right, so I'm actually going to work out the problems on this paper, and I'm going to read them off of here. So it says, Mr. Dodd filled the gas tank on his lawnmower with 3.8 gallons of gas. He mowed his yard 10 times. So basically they want to know if he mowed the yard with the same amount, how much gas did he use for each yard? Okay. So it wants you to write an equation. So number 1 would be 3.8 divided by 10. So if we are dividing by the power of 10, we move the decimal to the left, the number of 10. So if there's 110, 10, we're going to move that decimal 1 time. Actually getting 10 times smaller, okay? We'll move it to the left. So the answer would be 0.38, okay? All right, number 2. Sarah's saying hi. Hi. Okay. Number 2, it says, Kimberly scored a total of 35.08 points in 4 events for her gymnastic competition. Go Kimberly. If she scored the same number of points in each event, how many points does she score in each? Okay, so it's saying she scored the same number of points in each of them. So if she did 4, we're dividing by 4. So this is where we have a 1-digit divisor. Okay, so we put 35.08 divided by 4. Okay, and then when we're doing a 1-digit divisor, we just float the decimal to the top like this. We don't do anything else. Okay. We just make it line up, and I tell the kids to make sure there's something above each number just to keep them straight with the place value. You can't go in a 3, so I just put that place value holder. 4 goes into 35 8 times. 4 times 8 is 32. So that's divide, multiply, subtract. Then we bring down. Okay, goes in there 7 times. 28, subtract. Bring down our last digit. Make sure you use each digit of the number. 4 goes in there another 7 times. So it's 28. Subtract. No remainder. Okay, and then it was points. So 8.77 points each time. Okay. All right, yay. Number 3. Okay, so choose the correct expression. Actually, I'm going to work number 3 out on here. This is like some fabulous estimating going right here. All right. And I'm going to mark them with these big old circles. Okay. This is about 22 divided by 2. So that would be 22 divided by 2 would be about 11. So closest one here is 12. See my dot? This one, I'm going to skip for now. All right, I got this one is about 80 divided by 4. 80 divided by 4 is about 20 something. Boop. And then we have 30 divided by 5. I'm using estimation. 30 divided by 5 is about 6. This is the only one that doesn't make sense with estimating. So I told the kids I would make sure that the numbers are a little bit more friendly when it comes to estimating. Put that there. There we go. All right, number 4. This one just wants to know the value of the exponent. And so you have to see, and I'm going to change my little dot to my writing tool. Okay, so if we have 80.5 and we turned it into 0.85, you say, okay, how many times did they move it? 1, 2. So the answer is actually 3. Wow, that's not working out very well. Okay. Okay, moving up to number 4. Okay. So it says the chef at a restaurant bought 37 pounds of salad for $46.25. How much did he pay for each pound? Okay. So we're going to take 37. So this is number 5. We're going to take 37 and we're going to divide it into 46.25. All right. how many 37s fit into 46? Oh, let me remember to flip my decimal. Let's say 1 and subtract. Gotta make sure I borrow. Bring down. Okay, so now that I have this 1 point something, the kids can actually come on here and eliminate the answers that are like not gonna work. Okay, now I got a choice of B or C. Once I figure out that 10th place, then I'm done. Okay, so how many 37s fit into 32? Okay, so I would say this is about 40. So I'm gonna try 37 times 2 first. 14, that's 74. And then if you added another 37, it would be way too big because it would be 100 and something, which is bigger than 92. So I know that this is 2. So since I found out my 10th place, I know that this answer is actually B. I'm trying to circle you, not scratch you out. Let's try that again.
A potato.
Try that again. Wee. Okay. It's
Car.
B. All right. Kara's making fun of me. All right. Number 6. Kathleen spent $231 on concert ticket for herself and 11 friends. Each ticket costs the same amount. Estimate the cost first. All right. So if we are estimating the cost first, which is letter A, I would say, I can say that that's about 10. Dividing into 230 maybe. And I'd say it's about 23. Okay, or you could have kept it at 11 and made it into 220 and say it's about 20. So I would estimate that it's in between these two numbers, because one we rounded very close to this number, one we went down a little bit, so it's got to be in between those. Okay, so that would be my A. It would be estimated cost, so it'd be either $23, $20, around that price. Okay, letter B says find the exact cost. So dividing by 11s is not bad. We're going to 231. Goes into 23 twice. Bring it down. Oh, look at that, 21. So it was in between these two numbers. So the exact cost is 21 bucks. Yay! All right, number 7. Moving right along. Almost done with that first page. Okay. This one says, select all of the following equations that are true when 12.5 is used. So if we do 12.5 in this in these gray boxes, we would check off the blue box. I hate when they do box on box like this. We have to see if they moved at the correct amount of spaces. If you divide by 1, I told the kids that is the identity property. It's like looking in a mirror and you see yourself, okay? So the first one is divided by 10, so move it 1 time. So if we move it 1 time, yeah, that'll work. Oh my goodness. All right, this one, did it do nothing? Did I look at myself in a mirror? No, this one's wrong. This one's looking in a mirror, 12.5. Let's see if I can get it. No, I keep putting weird E's and stuff. All right, this one I should have moved it twice. 1, 2, nope, that's not it. Did this one move it twice? Yes. There you go. You should have the first one, the middle one, and the third, and the last, sorry. All right, next page. Boom. All right. Now these may seem confusing, but they're not too bad, okay? So the first question I asked the kids is, how many groups do you see? Well, I see 3 groups. Well, that's okay for all of these. Good. And then whatever's in here is actually the answer. This is what's inside of the group. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens, which actually represents tenths. Okay, so if that's 5, then that actually eliminates. Oh, I gotta get my writing tool. Come here, writing tool. Boop. That actually eliminates A, because there's 5 of them, and 4 little ones actually represents hundredths. And you tell this one goodbye. So you have a 50-50 shot of getting it. Okay, so then if we count the total of these, that would give us the total amount that they separated into 3 groups. So if you get 10 of these, that actually equals 1. 10 tenths is 1. This is 5. This is 10. So that's 1. And then you have to see what's left over. Well, I have 5 right here. So I know it's way more than that 3 right there. So the answer is D. See, that was actually a lot easier than I thought. Yay. Okay, number 9. If 8 ounces of canned pumpkin has 82 calories, how many calories is 1 ounce? Use your answer to find how many calories are in 6 ounces of pumpkin. Okay, so what this is saying is that there's a total of 82 right now for 8 ounces. So we have to see how much it is for 1. If it's 82 for 8, then I need to see how much it is for 1. Okay, so we're going to divide by 8 and go in here. Okay, 8 into 8 once. Multiply, subtract, bring down. Okay, 8 into 2, 0. Do it. Okay, what they want the kiddos to do, and it's been like this in the bookwork. Some of the students are not liking doing this, but it wants you to see that the whole number up here actually has a decimal behind it, and you can add these decimals after it and try to get the answer, okay? So let's keep going. 8 in there, goes in there twice. Boop. 16. Oh, ha ha ha. 8 can go into 40. Okay, so that means that 10.25 is in 1 ounce. So it says use your answer to find how many calories are in 6. So then you multiply to find the 6. All right, and that's just some normal stuff right here. All right, there we go. So that was 30. This is 12 plus that's 15, carry. That's 0 plus 1 is 1. That's 6. 1 place, 2 place, 1 place, 2 place. All right. There's 61 and a half, because if you take that 0 off, calories in 6 ounces of pumpkin. All right, that was number 9. Okay, number 10. Number 10. Says use the equation 1.6 divided by n equals 0.016. What is the value of n that makes the equation true? Well, if this is the same 1 and a 6 and a 1 and a 6, then this n has to be either some kind of power of 10, either with an exponent or without, okay? So how many times will we move the decimal here? Twice. So number 10, part A, is either going to be 100 or 10 to the what? You moved it twice, you put 2. Boop. Yay. So you have 2 choices, okay? Letter B says, how do you know? So you would say the decimal was moved twice. Because you went from 1.6 and you went this and this, boop, which equals 0.016, like that. Yay! So this is n equals. Do it right. Yeah. All right, moving to the other side of the page already. Woo. All right, number 11. Eileen bought 8 roses for $45.50. What is the best way to estimate the cost of 1 rose? So, if we were trying to get as close as we can to the actual answer, I do know that an 8 going into 45 would go in there 5 times. So either we do the B, would probably be the closest answer. But if the kids gave me A because they didn't want to change their dividend too much, that would be okay too. But this right here, see, these answers are not even correct. Those should be eliminated. But this one would give you the closest answer right here. Okay? All righty. Moving along. Oh, go down. There it goes. All right, number 12. Toby's faucet is dripping. He needs to call a plumber. Total of 1.92 liters of water in 24 hours. The faucet dripped the same amount each hour. Estimate how many liters of his faucet dripped each hour. Write an equation to model your work. All right, so let's think about this. Number 12. 1.92 liters in 24 hours. You're not dividing the liters into there because this is the number that has to be split because we want to know how many liters are in each hour. Okay? So if we are estimating, we can do like 20 into 2.00 like this. And that would make it some friendly numbers because it does say estimate for letter A. Okay? And then we would do 0.10 like this. Because 10 times 20 is 200. And we would just put the decimal after. Okay? So 20 into 20 is 1. And then you subtract, and then 20 into 0 is that. So that would be my estimate. Okay? And letter B says to find the exact. So we're going to put the 192. Oops. Don't put it there. And divide it by 24, and we say, oh no, 24 cannot fit into 0 and 1 if it's in there 0 times. 24 cannot go into 19, and we say, if this is around 25, I'm estimating and trying to get my guess in check. 25 can go into 192 how many times? Well, I know that in 100, I can fit 4 25s. Okay, because I'm not going to pay attention to the decimal when I'm trying to estimate. So 4 25s can go in there. And then maybe 3 more. So I'm going to try maybe 7 or 8. So then I tell the kids, this is your guess and check, your scratch work. So I'm going to try 7 first. 8. That's 14, 15, 16. Well, it's a little small. So then we would try another 24. Let's see how that works. Do my scratch work. Oh, look at that. It's exact. So that was 7, and this is adding 1 more, so that was 8 times. Okay, 192, subtract 0. So my estimate was 0.10, a tenth. And so my estimate is close to it. I just add 0.02 more, and I got my 10. So then letter C said, compare your estimate. Well, what they like you to say is that 0.08 is close to 0.10. Okay? They just want you to say that they're close like this. Okay? Yay! And that's another page done. All right, let's see. Nope, nothing else on the page. Next. Okay, so this one around here, I'm gonna get my little stamp. It's easier to do my little stamp. I'll do some yellow stamps this time. See my little dot? Okay, so it says choose the quotient for the expression. So basically, we want to know, are they moving the decimal the correct way? So this one, they're moving it once. So it should be once to the left, going that way. So that should be 7, like this. Okay? The next one, they moved it 3 times. So it should be 7.08. The next, they moved it twice. So it should be 0.708. Like. And then the last one, they moved it 3 times, but they dropped the 0, so it should be 0.78. Click, like that. All right. Number 14, Diego is making a large mural. He draws a hexagon. Now remember, a hexagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides with a perimeter of 10.5 meters. Okay. How many meters long is each side? So we're going to divide that 10.5 by 6. So we're going to do a letter A. 10.5 divided by 6. We can't go into 1. We float our decimal to the top. Goes in there once. Subtract. Bring down. Goes into there 7 times. It's 42. Oh, you see this 3? Can a 6 go into 30? Yes, Miss Katie. All right, bring down another 0 because there's an infinite amount of zeros behind those decimals. Goes in there 5 times. And then we are finished. So 1.75. Okay, so 1.75 meters. Second question says, the total cost of the supplies to paint the mural is $38.78. Diego and 9 friends divide the total cost equally. So look, y'all, he's dividing by 10, not 9, because it says and. And means him and they're sharing the cost. So that's 10 people. So that's easy. So we're going to do 38.70 divided by 10. Move the decimal 1 place to the left. So that is $3.87, like that. Okay? All right, next. Going back to the top. All right, and I still got my little stamper tool, so I can use it here. Okay, so this one is the same thing that we did not too long ago. Basically, we're just seeing if they move the decimal the correct amount of places. This 10 to the 0 power is also equal to 1, so that's like looking in a mirror, okay? All right, so 10 to the first, did they move it once? No, they moved it backwards, so that's not a good one. 10 to the second, move it twice. 1, 2, yep, that one's good. So we'll put a dot right here. Boop. This one, did they look in the mirror? Yes. So we want that one. Boop. Oh no, my things are crooked. This one, 10 to the third. 1, 2, 3. Nope, they did not. This one's twice. 1, 2. Nope. Only these 2. All right, number 16. Lou's Diner spent $12.80 on 12 pounds of potatoes. What was the cost of 1? And then how much would it cost for 7 pounds? Okay, so this one is the same thing that we did a while ago where we had to find the calories of 1 and then multiply it times the 6. I don't know if you remember that previous problems. Okay, so first we have to find how much it is for 1 pound of potatoes. So we're going to do $12.80 divided by 8 because this is the total for 8. Float to the top, can't go into 1, goes into 12 one time, multiply, subtract, bring down, goes in there evenly. Subtract, bring down, boop, boop, boop. Can 8 go into 8 and 0? Nope, it goes in there 0 times. All right, so 1 pound of potatoes is $1.60. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either multiply $1.60 times 7 and find that total, or I could take the $12.80 and just take the pound off. So I actually would do this because this is really easy. I don't have to borrow or regroup or anything. It's $11.20. Boop. Okay, and if you would multiply it just because you wanted to, times 7, you should get the same answer. This is 42. Oops. And like that. 1 plus 2. 2 place. 1 place. 2 place. Same answer. Okay. Number 17. All right. It says, let me move down a little bit. How many quarters are there in 30 bucks? So all I did for this one is, I know it's dividing. I actually multiplied because for every dollar you have 4 quarters. So I didn't do this. I did the shortcut way. $30 times 4. Every dollar gets 4 quarters. So it's just 120. Do it the easy way. This is C. Boop. All right. When solving this problem, how many times do you move it? Well, the exponent tells you the answer. Twice to the left. It's D. Oops. What is happening? Okay. It's D. All right, next page. Last page of the normal section. All right, number 19. A group of friends bought a bag of grapes to share equally. Okay, so a group of 5 friends. They bought a bag that weighs 11.25 pounds. How much is each person's share? How many friends could share the grapes if each person's share was 1.25? Write an equation to model your work. So first, because this is a 2-part problem, first they want you to take 11.25 and they want you to divide by 5, and they're going to share these grapes. Okay, flip to the top. Goes in there twice, multiply, subtract, bring down that 2, goes in there 2 times, multiply, subtract, bring down once more, goes in there 5 times. Okay, so each friend gets 2.25 pounds. Then it says, if each person's share was 1.25, could they share the grapes if it was that? So I am not going to divide by 1.25. I'm just going to go 1.25. I would say times 5, but they want us to divide into there. I guess we can do it. So I probably wouldn't I'm not going to make y'all do that second part. I'm just going to make y'all do this part. Just do that part. Okay, let's move on. I'm not going to do that. Number 20. Okay, how should the decimal be moved? The kiddos know you would move this twice to the left. Okay? So number 20, 2 times to the left. And then you would put 5.609. Number 21. June says that there should be a decimal point in the quotient below after the 4. Is she correct? Use number sense to explain your answer. Okay, so if I am doing this problem and it says the quotient, okay, so I showed the kiddos how to do this. If I have this number divided by 5.2, I told them whatever you do to this one, you're going to do to this one. You have to make it a whole number. So if I'm going to, and what you're really doing is you're multiplying behind the scenes, you're multiplying by 10 for each of these and making an equivalent fraction actually. Okay. And then you move this one time over. So if we rewrite this, this is 52 going into 439.4. Okay. And then if we are dividing, and it said that the answer is 845, because it can go in here 8 times, I'm guessing. And it'd be 4 and then 5. I'll show you how I did that. So if we take 52 times 8, it's 41. There you go. So then we would subtract. Bring it down. Instead 4. Yeah, so this is how I know that the 8 is going to go right here, okay? And then I know the decimal goes right here because I moved it over right here. And I made this one a whole number, okay? All right. All right. That's all I want. Just show me how you would get that. Going up to number 22. And I'm running out of space. There we go. New sheet of paper. New sheet of paper. All right. Number 22. Three coworkers decided to buy fruit to share at lunchtime. Antonio spent $1.47 on bananas. Laura spent $2.88 on apples. Suzanne spent $2.85. Complete the bar diagram. Well, see, it's telling you where it wants each thing, so that's pretty easy. Sometimes the bar diagrams are not labeled, so it's separated into three, and we got bananas, apples, and oranges. Bow. So the bananas were $1.47. The apples were $2.88. And the oranges were $2.85. So when you do bars like this, the total goes always at the top. And so we'll add those together. And when you add decimals, make sure that you line up the decimals. It's not like multiplication, it's different. This is 15 plus that is 20. 10 plus 12 is 22. Bring your decimal down. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so this $7.20 is the total the friends spent on all the things. Okay, then it says, okay, they evenly divided the cost of the three types of fruit. How much did each person pay? Complete the bar diagram to help you, okay? So we are dividing by 3. And so the total cost actually goes at the top. So you're kind of working backwards. So you leave these blank because you don't know what the cost is they're sharing. You put the total cost right here. And so that means I'm taking this and splitting this 3 ways, okay? So let's do it. Divide by 3. Flip to the top. 3 goes in there twice. So that's divide, 2, multiply, times 6. Subtract, bring down. 3 goes in there 4 times. Multiply, subtract, bring down. You have to do the last step. Don't skip dividing into the zeros. 3 goes into 0, 0 times. So my answer is going to be $2.40. So you would put this into all 3 of these boxes, like that. All right, last pot, because that was B. Last pot, last question on this. If Laura bought 2.1 pounds of apples, is the price per pound of apples greater or less than 1? How can you tell? Let's go remind ourselves of the apple cost. So we have $2.88 on apples. Go back down. So if she bought 2 pounds, is it greater or less than $1? So if it costs $2.88, is it greater or less than $1? She bought 2 pounds. Well, what's 2 times 1? Well, that's 2. 2 pounds. And so if 2 times 1 is exactly $2, okay, then it has to be more than $1 to get this 88 cents right here. Yeah? Yeah. So you would have to say 2 times 1 is exactly, oops, come on, fingers, is exactly $2. So it would cost, we could do more than $1. It would have to, because it's more than $2. Okay, and that's it. Alrighty. Now, let's just take a look, because this video is getting kind of long. Let's just take a look at the performance task and see, because usually it's very different on the test. Let's just take a little sneak peek. And why are we not focusing on this? There it goes. Let's focus now. All right, let's just take a peekaboo. I'm going to go over this tomorrow with the kiddos. Okay, so this is cooking. All right, so we're dividing by 10. That's easy. Then we're sharing the flour equally with 8 people. That's easy. Okay. So this one's estimating, this one's actual, divided by 8. So you probably round to 10. That's easy. Or actually, let's see what the flour is. Oh, I would make it 720. And then it would be like 90. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Number 3. Several teams agree to share the salt equally. Each team's given this much. How many teams agree to share the salt? So you would just divide this into your amount of salt. Huh, that's easy too. And I don't think we did this part last year, so I think we're just going to stick to the front page because you're doing a lot of division. So, okay, so dividing by 10, estimating and stuff, so this is not going to be bad. All right, so good luck, my loves. Bye.